Alright. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Hold on, it's this button, right? It's this button. How's everybody doing today? I'm a little bit tired, but I'm awake. I'm awake. And today we're gonna be going back to everybody's favorite hardcore save. And by that I mean the one that I still haven't released because I'm still playtesting it. Don't question whatever I just said. Oh, don't worry, I've read worse. Or weirder, I guess? I don't know. That's not all that strange to me. So we're at the iron mine. We gotta somehow connect to the sawmill. This is gonna be a little bit of a headache, but I've got Rares Online Extended turned on, just so that I can make this a little bit easier on myself. Because I can do it the long and hard way, but why not just, like, cheat a little bit? It's all just part of the experience. Rugby game this morning, my country is losing by 7, so all blacks are down 7? I don't know anything about rugby. I mean, it exists, I know that much, but that's about the extent of my knowledge. Alright, 37.5. I would assume you don't. US isn't that good anyway. Well, even if we were good, I don't think I would know about it because I just don't follow sports. I don't really care about them. Not my cup of tea, you know? Alright, so this is actually going to be a little bit hectic. I have no clue how we're going to make this work as we continue our descent. But I guess that's part of the playtesting experience, huh? Okay, well that bridge won't place. That means we need a new one. I to the car as well. No, you clearly meant car there, Spooks. Hello, Spooks. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Had to drag her in here and get her on camera. I almost forgot to get Durian in today, actually. As the intro song was playing for the stream, I'm like, oh right, we need the cat. And so I ran out of my room, got a new glass of water, because it turns out I was almost out. and grabbed Durian and just dragged her in here. Now we have a cat. Oh, wait. If we come in here at a shallower angle, 100-meter radius with only or not angle, sorry, gradient. 100-meter radius at a 1% instead of a 2. Does that clear the hill? Ooh, just barely, but it does. Okay. So now we'll go for 85 meters. 88, because it's a funny number. Let's go ahead for this. This curve might have to be a little bit sharp to make it around. That's a little concerning. I'm off work early enough to actually watch for once and not just listen. Nice. Nice. Hello, Fly. Welcome to the stream. Oh, come on, really? That's too tall off the ground. I can't place that bridge. Okay, game. Just a cool 110 degrees inside, working 117 inside. Yeesh. We've only had 108 recently, and that was bad enough. I can't imagine 117. Jesus. No, thank you. I will happily pass. Ugh. What the heck was up? Why is there a random piece of tree branch just floating in the void? You see the loading screen they tease for COS? The music is nice and the goat's cute. I have not, mostly because all I've seen about COS today is people complaining about it again. I really am going to have to add a rule to ban discussion about it on the Discord server, because it feels like every time it's just immediate, very strong emotions, and usually not positive ones either. Last I've actually seen anything of Century Steam was the old trailer, the first one that got everybody like super hyped, so. Well, everybody but me. Oh, I see. This might be a problem. We might have to continue going down at a slightly shallower grade. You think our Discord is bad? Today has been spicing the Railroads Online Discord. Oh, I can imagine, and there's a reason I stay out of that thing. But just because one thing's worse doesn't mean that I can't dislike something on another server, you know? Okay, it looks like we're just gonna have to take the L here. and make a big bridge. Oh well, that's okay. Huzzah, then I'll keep quiet about it. That's fine if you talk about it here and there. It's just, all I've seen today has been that, which is not exactly fun. And the weather is good today. It's kind of sunny out. It's not too hot. Hold on. Now you actually make me wonder, what's the temperature? Weather, hello, yes, Portland, Oregon, 86 degrees Fahrenheit, 30 Celsius, not bad, not bad. Alright, 25 meters. People get way too upset over train games. I know, right? What is up with that? So strange. But then again, I'm one to talk, considering my whole drama with a train game in the past. Alright, so I think we can get away with 70-meter curve radius here. But that just crashes us into the hill. We'll do 70 meters for 30. No, we'll do it for 27.5. Short bridge. What accursed industry are we going to today? The iron mine. And maybe the smelter. We've already got some tracks down at the iron mine. We're currently working our way down the mountain. And I think the smart way to play would actually be to connect the iron mine up to the iron works and then have them both go down. But part of the fun of playtesting is you don't play the good way. You play the way that you first think of, because that's how people are going to run things, you know? You gotta play a little bit poorly in order to truly, thoroughly playtest. Alright, 22.2 meters. Might not work out, but we'll see, we'll see. Invert. There's a reason why I only look at the Railroads Online Discord once every few months. The thing is that I hate is people won't shut up about the past. It happened, there's nothing you can do about it, so constantly talking about it just makes it worse and worse. Yeah, I mean, I do understand where those people are coming from, you know. Well, if you've had some problematic experiences and had or somebody else had problematic experiences and you got to hear about it secondhand, it's sort of, our brains latch on to negativity and rarely ever let go. And so I can understand why a lot of people would still be angry about a lot of things, but like, bro, if you're this angry about it, why are you still playing the game, and why are you still coming to around here where people are actually still having fun, right? You know? I don't even understand why. It's just a game where you drive choose around and honk your tooter while your entire consist derails. That is an apt description of what Railroads Online is. The Holy Grail Roads Online. The Holy Grail Road. That's so good. We have to steal that. Weren't we? Didn't we say that we were gonna make some really bad fan fiction on one of the last few streams? We gotta steal that and put it in somewhere. As I said the last time I was here, I'm just happy so many awesome train games are out or out soon. I know, right? It's gonna be so much fun. Still waiting on Railroader, but patience is a virtue. Okay, let's go ahead and do 22.2 meters again because I like that symmetry. What are people mad about this time? Just bringing up old drama, or are they mad that COS has a goat? I don't really want to read it because people are just being kind of angry about something. And while I know I don't like COS right now because I just am not hyped and too many people are, like, this is an excessive level of angry and hostility towards it. I think it was old drama, but okay. 100. We really aren't that far off from that, though. Well, okay, we're halfway down the mountain by this point. We're not going up there, but we could have. Let's go ahead. 150 meters at 2%. Wait, the bridge is too tall? Okay, well, I guess we're going with a steel bridge then. Huh. Wasn't expecting it to get problematic that soon. Also, that doesn't look great. We're gonna have to replace that piece of track. Doesn't help that a certain railroad god tries to start stuff by saying other games are garbage. I haven't heard many people's opinions on Derail Valley. What do you guys think about Simulator and the roadmap with the planned features they showed? Derail Valley is like the best game that is currently out in the market right now. It's so much fun. It's a blast. I do wish, of course, that track building was in it, but I understand that not every game is designed with track building in mind. And I think it would probably be a pain in the butt to code, especially with working with VR, but I haven't seen the roadmap, but what I've seen of the game so far while playing it has been a blast. It's been fun. I was actually considering playing it today, but I decided to stick to Railroads Online. I figured we got the hardcore map to actually work on and build up and blah, blah, blah. So, in other news, playing Railroads Online with my brother, and we finally got the Heisler. Feels so awesome to finally pull a train of lumber to the iron mine with only one train. Buying the Shay was a mistake. Buying the Shay is always a mistake, and I love doing it anyways. At least it's not the Montezuma, though. At least it may not have speed, but at least it has some power to it. It has some guts. Emphasis on some. All right. I might have to curve this the other way. Hold on. Let's try this. We'll go for 210 meters. 212. 600 meter curve. Oh gosh, this is gonna be one heck of a bumpy ride as we descend the hill. 27.5. Like that you were seeing COS and is more speculative light is, I think, the best mindset to be in, as we've had way too many games that were overhyped and didn't deliver. Exactly. We bought the Zoom into. And you shall perish for your sins. You know, one thing I was actually thinking of doing was making a locomotive tier list, like in a series of YouTube shorts, just talking about the pros and cons of each and every one, and explaining why you'd want to buy one engine over another, etc., etc. I didn't get around to doing it, but I thought it could be a fun little way to make some quick content, talking about the game, having fun, to get more views. Zuma would be better if it could speed. Yes, exactly. What would be a good loco to get next? We're prepping to go to the coal mine. So, it depends on what you can tolerate. Because you guys got a Heisler already, right? That's pretty good. And, like, it's one of the worst engines, but once you have an engine, you kind of just ignore its pricing stats and just look at the details, and the Heisler's got good stats. Like, it's not the fastest engine, it's not the strongest, but it's reasonably strong, and it's not the Shay. So, if you're looking at Heisler best feature 5-chime, see, that's the thing, I don't actually like the 5-chime. Everybody says that it's good, but I personally am not a fan. Like it's not bad, but it's not my cup of tea. So, if you're looking for another powerful locomotive that's faster, the Ruby Basin is just the way to go. It is the second fastest locomotive in the game at 27 miles an hour, and its pricing is just insanely good for the power that it has. It's kind of bullshit just how good that locomotive is. But that's if you're playing strictly to the meta. If you want to have a little more fun, there are some other options available. Though I will admit the Ruby Basin is a cute little locomotive. It gets tiring though when it's the only locomotive you see on any save ever. You know. Let's think. The Cook Mogul is slow, but it's a nice little chonky locomotive. The Cook Consolidation is fast. It's only 25 miles an hour, though, and it's a little more expensive. But it's a nice little tender engine if you want something with decent speed and decent power. The Tweetsy is kind of overpowered, but its price is going to definitely destroy your wallet. But that thing can go 30 miles an hour, and it's the second. It's the second most powerful locomotive in the game. I don't know why they thought it was a good idea to make the second most powerful locomotive in the game the fastest engine in the game, but they did. The Class 70 is a decent option if you're willing to go at Heisler speeds with a tender loco. It's a pretty nice looking loco. It's underappreciated because it's so slow, though. Everybody is like, hey, it's 25 miles an hour or bust in this day and age, you know? Going for the Tweetsy, I want it so bad, but I need to get to the coal mine so we don't have fuel anxiety. See, that's the thing. You're never gonna run out of fuel with the Tweet C. Like, I think one of the devs said you would have to play the game for 2 months straight with the engine fired that entire time in order to run out of fuel in it from its base game tender. So, yeah, I think you should be okay. You should be fine. They need to buff the Class 70 speed. They really do. Like, it's just so abysmally so. Well, actually, I think they need to rebalance the tech tree so that the Class 70. I think the speed is okay. It's just that the pricing isn't. It's so expensive, especially when compared to the Ruby Basin. So, since speed isn't here, can I suggest the Class 48? You know, if he watches the stream, you know he's going to comment and just ask to run it on the main again. Howdy, pirate. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. We're currently just talking about the, tech tree, the locomotives we've got, and which ones are worth buying and which ones aren't. Well, all the 95 engines still going to be in the game? They should. I don't think so. Like, that's a lot of work just to add all those locomotives. And they're currently focusing on, at least from what I've seen, they're focusing on a new industry type and admittedly, this is just like speculation, or like somebody said this in my Discord, so I don't know how true this statement is, but they're working on a new map stuff, new industry stuff, and passenger cars and implementing those into the game, so. Why does everyone forget about the Mosca? Because the Mosca's brakes kinda suck. Like, they're not the worst brakes out there, but when you look at the price for power ratio, it's a little bad. Like, between the Mosca, the Glenbrook, and the, what's the Class 48 and the 10 mile. That's the last one. The Mosca has the second highest speed, has second worst brakes, and has the highest price of all of them, despite only being the second highest power rating. And it's not like it's the second highest power rating and it's a good jump from the next one. And no, it's the one down a slot is actually like cheaper. Or not down a slot. The one that is more powerful is slightly cheaper. So, like, it's a good locomotive. It looks good. It's just that the pricing is jank. The pricing for a lot of locomotives in this game are jank. And back when its brakes were abysmal, but the engine gave you like 12,000 pounds of tractive effort, it was a lot more viable of a locomotive, but those days are long gone, so we're kind of just stuck with a shoddy replica of that loco, you know? So... Can confirm. I'd say that my favorite out of the current lineup is the Cook 280. I think my favorite is the Cook 260. I just like the way it looks. Hold on. Well, let's take a look at the locos in the game. Oh, so apparently you have tank controls on the arrow keys. That's kind of weird, I'm not gonna lie. Why is that I mean, it's useful, but why? I do like the Glenbrook a lot, though. Like the ability to go ahead and get yourself the fourth headlight with the star, and like all the different paint job choices that you've got access to that make it look really, really nice. It's a very pretty engine. And it's also pretty good. Sneeze it up until you have to stop. Kitsune confirmed that they're working on a new model for the Class 48. Nice, nice. Hopefully they add more paint jobs, because I know there's some historical paint jobs. Like there's this one really cool black one. There's a green one. There's some with stripe. That engine is gonna hopefully get a little bit of an overhaul to its paint jobs, because I think that'll look amazing. Do you prefer the Cook 260 wood or coal? I like them both about equally. I think, I probably like the coal a little more, but I'd run the one with the wood. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I do. My favorite is the Tweetsy. See, I like the way the Tweetsy looks a lot. I just don't like the way it homogenizes the endgame. It's a beautiful little loco, though, don't get me wrong. Love the way that thing looks. It's a pretty engine. Alright. I think we're gonna need another bridge across the river here. And I think that bridge is gonna have to be a steel bridge. Whenever I start up a new game of Railroads Online, I always go for the Cook. I need my cookies! I mean, I've also got a little bit of a soft spot for the Cook because it is the largest locomotive that I didn't ban for the, that I didn't ban for Steel Pegasus. Oh, we're over here. Wait a minute. We're way too high up off the ground. How are we ever going to get down at this rate? I mean, this is the point of playtesting, but, we're not even close to the riverbed. Because up from this little ledge, we needed a 3% downhill on the Pegger playthrough. We might be in serious trouble. In the best way possible, of course, but also, yikes. Steel Pegasus sounds like the name of a Beyblade. You can't prove that it's not the name of a Beyblade. It's a custom-made one that we're making for the channel in the next couple of months. You know, we're doing modeling stuff. We're making Beyblades here on the channel now, guys. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, TK. Welcome, Fridge Duck. Welcome, Clasher. The coal one is more accurate. The Cook 260 were never built as wood burners. I believe... Weren't they, though? I remember hearing somewhere that either the 280s or the 260s were temporarily coal or wood engines for like a year. It wasn't a very long time, but I do remember that one of the Cook locomotives did burn wood. Scott here, where am I building to / from? I'm building from the iron ore mine all the way to the sawmill. This is going to be a headache. I've also got, I've got Rares Online Extended open right now, just to make life easy. Also, I forgot to change the cat cam. Mostly because the cat cam isn't working. Why does it not want to work? There we go, there we go. Phew! Okay, so we're not gonna clear that bump. Are we really going to have to cross the Pit of Doom again? Already? Could go for a shallower grade and try to cross this little hill here. Would that give us more time? Not really. But at least it would be slightly. We've come here to do stupid BS. We might as well do stupid BS. Wish we had a steel undertruss bridge to go along with the overtruss. They had to just flip the bridge over. It's easy, man. In the buy menu, and gosh, I forgot how Christmassy the paint option 4 on the Cook 280 is. Hey, it's not as bad as the Cook 260 Christmassy option. I think that's paint job number 6, if I recall correctly. It's got duller colors. It's pretty good. Comparatively. Alright, so I think we want 166.2 meters. Oh, are you kidding me? Really? We need another steel bridge for this gap? My power's been out for a day or so because of the storm. Ouch. Stay safe, man. Always sucks to have the power out for more than like 5 minutes. I mean, admittedly, it's kind of because we've become reliant on it as a society, but still, yikes. The Pit of Doom? What the heck did I miss in the 35 minutes I wasn't here? Oh, don't worry about it, TK. Don't worry about it. Nothing to fear at all. Ooh. No, that's just a regular truck passing by. Dang it, I was hoping that would be the truck with the phone on it, but I kind of don't want to end stream too soon yet. Like, we just started. Had a storm yesterday, a lightning bolt struck and everything immediately went dark like it was a cartoon. Oh, that does suck, but at the same time, that's kind of great. Don't end stream for phone, play with phone after stream. I'm sorry, but the phone I have been hyped for way too long. I'm not gonna wait to use that. I have to phone. Besides, I gotta get that recording for tomorrow. I gotta get a recording of during and playing, and I gotta get that test run where we just see how the visuals look, you know? Power went out the other day when I was getting my haircut with a comical powering down sound and all. Thankfully, it was almost done. That's good. That's good. God, could you imagine having to use something other than an electric razor? Or is it a razor? I don't know, but power goes out in the middle of cutting your hair. All the scissors are gone. Forgot to mention my street flooded from the start. Jeez. Yikes. That's no good. Hopefully everything's okay. Like, aside from all the chaos, obviously. Hopefully all is well. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to just go ahead and make another stupid bridge. We're gonna have so many bridges by the end of this route. Okay, 100 meters. Curve it out at 60. I think we can finally use the wooden bridge after all these years. The hairdressers were going nuts trying to figure out what to do. Thankfully, the power came back on 15 minutes later. That honestly sounds like a fun little story just to share. Gonna tell that to your kids eventually. Well, assuming you have kids. I don't know. Teach their own, you know. Gonna tell that to the next generation. Okay, we'll go ahead and make this 150 meters. And I think we're actually getting really close to ground level here. That's good, that's good. The first time I ever got rickrolled was in a barber shop. A quartet comes out of the walls, breaks it down, and starts singing "Rick Astley Never Gonna Give You Up." I'd pay to have that happen on a prank TV show. I was wondering if old Hillary gave you some rain stir. Has Hillary been through Oregon yet? Because I haven't noticed anything. I mean, I know she's gonna be coming through well, not really through Portland, but sort of generally within these confines. I haven't noticed anything yet, so... Okay, 60 meters. Tier 2 groundwork. You know, we've been building since the start of the stream, but we're starting to reach the point where we might stop building eventually. We might actually get to run a train today, boys. Emphasis on might. Alright, we'll go with, I think we'll go with 520 meter radius. Have it come out 90 meters. And we'll flatten it out with some stonework before we hit the river. 22 meters. We'll then hit this with a truss crossing the river, followed by another little bit of groundwork. Or not, stonework, sorry. Go ahead and make that 22 meters again. From what I've heard, California got hit pretty bad. I haven't really been keeping up with the news on the hurricane too much, but my father certainly has, because, you know, it's going to be passing through town, and he wants to make sure that we're all safe and everything's good, and we know what to do, but... Well, it's not passing through town, but we'll be getting the outskirts of it, I guess. Okay, where hold on. Let's go ahead and make this 150 meters. 150. Followed by a small run-up, 12.5 meters. Another quick trussel. I'll repaint these trussels on a second pass over through this line, because, you know, we got to cut down all the trees later. Now here comes everybody's favorite route, doing this weird little squiggly line over the top of the Smelter Valley for the 70th time, because it's just the best way to do this. Oh, heck yeah, this is gonna be fun. I live in Southern California, and the storm quite literally went right over where I live. It was really underwhelming, honestly. I've seen worse storms when I lived in Lebanon. See, I would say that it's underwhelming too, but I've never actually seen a hurricane, period, and I don't want to test my luck with God today. And I don't want a one-way ticket to Hellville. I was in the Florida Panhandle for Irma and Michael, and gosh, it was nuts. Really feels like doomsday. Sad events, but I did get to volunteer cleanup for Michael. Cool experience. Honestly, volunteering for cleanup sounds like a sort of life-changing, fascinating experience, you know? Not necessarily something I would eagerly try and cause a situation where I need to have to help, but, like, I'd probably volunteer to help if it was within a local region and not too hard to get to. Hear me out, have like 15 switchbacks, oh god. I mean, I could. And I know I am building stupid, but like, I don't want to build too stupid. Okay, 100 meters. Alright, you know what? Half a meter downhill. Go for 400 meter radius. Or not half a meter, half a percent. Half a percent. We'll go for 111.1. Just a funny little number. Heisted it, so can you? Yeah, but I'm not trying to playtest switchbacks, because most people aren't going to be playing switchbacks, and we're playtesting this map to see what I expect most people will try and do, or like a decent amount of people will try and do. And if somebody wants to do switchbacks, that's cool, but I'm not going to playtest for that, you know? Because most people like building straight, clean, clear routes. So, when we went into Panama City, it was insane. I'd been there before the hurricane, and it was such a sad state. Felt really good helping people get trees off their house and seeing people be so grateful when they realized we weren't charging them for it. God, you know, kind of just makes me think about the U.S. healthcare system and how expensive things are. But it is always sweet seeing people's gratitude. And just being able to help somebody else, not out of like any ulterior motive, just for the good of people, you know? It's a good feeling. Switchbacks are typical, having a 3% triple sky spiral is where it's at. I understand there are switchback enjoyers, but respectfully, I will not spend 30 minutes throwing switches to move 30 yards. I mean, I will in some cases, but on this one in particular, I am trying to design it with, like, the general player base in mind, you know? And most players don't exactly enjoy switchbacks. Hello, King. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. That didn't go according to plan. Hold on. Alright, perfect. You can't see the groundwork disappear into the ground. All is well. Gold, when you don't understand, I want my track layout to look like a motherboard. Don't worry, we've got you covered here. All this being said, I would never live in Florida. I prefer being in the Intermountain West, where we mostly just have the risk of small earthquakes now and then. I'd never live in Florida long term. You know, fair, fair. Okay, 110 meters. 77.7. Oh god, I feel a sneeze incoming. Also, I just realized I forgot to unmute the desktop audio. I unplugged my phone because it was charging, and I never unmuted it. Hello, Johnny. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Okay, for some reason the sneeze just decided it wanted to not exist. It committed unalive, I guess. I don't like switchbacks as much as the next person, so I'd rather have a map with a steep grade instead of having to throw 5 switches to go 30 feet. See, I think 1 or 2 switchbacks is tolerable. I'm fine with that here and there, you know? And we also, I generally have a game rule to incentivize more interesting gameplay, which is, hey, if you're running a geared locomotive, you can do switchbacks. If you're running anything else, buzz off. You can't do them. So that also incentivizes us to run geared engines a little more often, you know? Okay, oh, come on. Okay, looks like we're gonna need some bridges over here. Line that up. At 4 meters. Now, I was looking at the stream and screamed through the iron mine. Nice. I am a bad influence, everybody. Missed the last 2 streams in a row. Anything noteworthy happened? I don't think so. I mean, it was just sort of just streams. I mean, I guess we started this hardcore playthrough where I'm playtesting a map, but that's about it. We're currently building from the iron mine. It's gonna be a bit of a headache to do, but it's gonna work out. And I guess I did miss the phone comments, but like, you've already seen those on the Discord, I would assume. And I'm probably going to end this stream early when my phone arrives. I don't know when the phone's arriving, but it's my birthday gift, man. It's my big birthday gift, and it's arriving a little bit late, but I still want to enjoy it, you know? I think switchbacks are a really interesting and creative way of tackling steep grades. Oh, absolutely. I do think they're fun. You just don't want to do them 24/7, you know? Like here and there, okay, that's fine. Like one or two, sure thing. Or one or two on a single route, sure thing. But once you start reaching like 3 to 4, it's like, do I really want to be doing this though? You know? There's a Nat Geo documentary from the 80s called Love Those Trains on YouTube. Shows a steam railroad in the Andes that just has crazy switchbacks over the mountains. Hold on. I think I might know what railroad you're talking about. Isn't it like the locomotives and carriages are blue, and a steam engine's running up these really steep hills with this winding road. It's narrow gauge. I mean, I might be wrong, but that's the one that comes to mind for me. Feck. Bunk. The Darjeeling Railway is what you're thinking of, sir? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Yeah, that sounds about right, though. That does sound like the correct railroad name. I have no clue where that is, though. But that's a cool little railroad. You know? Just some tiny little locomotives running around and doing their job. Okay. Go for 88.8 meters. And now, so I'm not really caring about making this whole thing look the best. I just want it to look decent, but not necessarily like God tier. The railroad from the narrow gauge documentary has a real old Wild Westish Baldwin, and in the 80s it was still doing revenue passenger and freight. It's in Ecuador. Are you thinking there's this one documentary, or not really documentary, but this one series on YouTube I keep stumbling across, which is like narrow gauge around the world or something? I might know the train you're talking about, but then again, I kind of also only remember the Java trains from that, so maybe I don't, but if you want a cool railroad that still runs steam in passenger and freight revenue service, well, at least I think it does, the Eritrea Railway in Eastern Africa. I know I've mentioned it a couple of times, but it's still really cool. I still like that railroad a lot. Alright, let's go ahead. 35 meters. Get yourselves a Type 2 bridge. I hear screaming in the distance and I'm kind of scared. You might just hear Durian snoring. She snores kind of loudly and it's really cute. A National Geographic documentary was strangely something I watched on repeat as a kid. It introduced me to tons of stuff about railroading and the hobby stuff. Nice. I think as a kid, I watched a little VHS tape simply titled I Love Trains. There were multiple episodes of it, and I watched the living daylights out of that thing. It was great. All the hype for the Owen 30 layout has made me want to try doing Owen 30 properly for once. Because I definitely don't have enough to spend my money on already. So, speaking of the Owen 30 layout, tomorrow we're going to actually start production on the first episode. The camera, as I've mentioned a couple of times on the stream today, and I've mentioned in the super secret supporter chats, the camera should be coming in today, and we're going to begin work on the episode. We don't have all the components yet. We're still waiting on passengers for the car that we're going to decorate, and we're still waiting on decals, which I kind of just need to print out the decals. I've finalized them. I know what ones I want. I just need to actually make them a reality. But we have everything else. We've got the lighting. We're gonna have the camera in a moment or 3 or 5. And we're going to get started. We can't do literally everything, but we're at least gonna have a demo episode soon, like a sort of pilot episode before the actual episode is finished. So it'll be great. Documentary also has really high quality video of when the Smithsonian ran the John Bull. Ooh, that's fun. Anybody remember lots and lots of trains from their childhood? My watches were loved those trains. There goes a train and Great American Train Rides, because I was an old man at the age of 4. Glad to know I'm not the only one who remembers the I Love Toy Train series. I had all the best episodes on DVD, but it got lost during one of our moves. Oof. Yeah, we had it all on VHS. I don't really remember it very well anymore. Because, I was like 4 to 5 years old, and I am now 23. I am an old little boy. But for some reason, I very clearly remember the colorful box art, and I remember one episode of O-gauge trains on a bridge in a very dark screen. I don't know why that's the takeaway that I had from all that, but... Sorry. I know you like being near me, but I don't want you here. Found a huge Owen 30 lot on Goodwill's bidding site. 4260 is a Forney and multiple cars. TK, don't get me trying to buy something new again. Been watching modeling tutorials on YouTube so I can customize my models for my fictional railroad. Oh, don't worry, we'll have a couple of those pretty soon. It'll be great. Because I'm an absolute amateur and I'm trying to teach other people how to train. Which is the best kind of video, The one where nobody knows what they're doing. After a big struggle, I got Bart out of the catnip jar. Have you ever seen the YouTube channel Thunder Mesa Studios? Oh yes, absolutely. I love his modeling skills. He is insanely talented, and his layout is absolutely beautiful. Layouts, I guess, because he's also got, you know, the Bandit Canyon, and he's got the Gruesome Gulch. But it is a great, great YouTube channel. Love the stuff he makes. Gotta go, New Century of Steam video just dropped. Have fun watching it, man. Have fun. And we'll be around after the video's over, so. Building a new route? Yes, Bear. I am currently building the route from the iron mine to the sawmill. We're actually really close to done. Like, this is the last major curve that... Oh, God, this thing is going to be kind of tricky to do, isn't it? Like, the iron mine is all the way down here in the lower right-hand corner. And over here is the sawmill, so... Like, it's a little bit of a long route. A direct route? As direct as it can be. This map is a headache, and I love it. I am having fun 3D modeling all my HO scale stuff. Honestly, based. I don't have a 3D printer, so I can't exactly do that, but honestly, just sounds fun. I was thinking of asking for a 3D printer for my birthday, but the thing is, like, I kind of need a phone to record the upcoming ON30 Model Railroad project. Also, TK, have I mentioned what I'm planning to do with the 260 that's operational that you've donated? Because I've come up with a great plan for that little thing. And I think it's going to be a plan that's going to be very end game, you know, like very, very late into the project, but I've got an idea. Admittedly, it's an idea that somebody else gave me, but I've still got an idea. Oh, lame, never mind, it's the whistle video they already released for the patrons. Studio 346 just dropped a new video. Wait, I thought I saw the whistle video before the stream, though. Didn't it drop already? Or am I blind, and I was just seeing something else? I don't believe you have. You've talked about some ideas, though. Okay, so the idea for the 260... So for those of you who don't know, TK has donated two 260s that are both in kind of derelict states. One of them doesn't have its drivers, and the other one it works, it has its drivers, but it's missing a driving rod, a piece of a driving rod, just one linkage. And so the plan is we're going to make an 040. Either that or a 242, I'm not sure which. But we're going to completely overhaul the locomotive, and I'm thinking I might try and make it extremely short. Like 6 inches long, no more. And then we can make, once this project is over, once we're done with the laminate port Carony, we can move on to making an ON30 micro layout with like 9-inch curves. It'll be great. It'll be 2x4 feet, and it'll be the worst idea ever, and I will love making it every second of that series. Is this HO scale? No, we're talking about an ON30 project layout that we're going to be working on soon, TM. But hello, welcome, Pat. Welcome to the stream. Well, I guess ON30 is kind of like HO in a way, but it's also like very much not HO in a way. Another high cat update. He has made his way into my room and is rolling around and is generally going crazy. That is the best kind of cat to have in your house. Clearly. I'm not biased. Blame 4-year-old me for the Budweiser Mogul not having the drive wheels. It fell off my table several times and I somehow managed to keep every last part except for the drive wheels. See, the funniest thing about all that, TK, is we were wondering where the red marker is, and then you mentioned, yeah, I used that when I was 4 years old, and we're like, oh yeah, we had that happen too. So there was this, I had a wooden train. It was I want to say it was like a Brio. Well, it wasn't Brio, but it had Erie lettering on it. It was actually like half trying to be a serious locomotive for a kid, you know? And it was a very pretty little steam locomotive for being a wooden train, and I loved that model. And then some little kid came over for the day, and as I was trying to babysit him, kind of, because, you know, it was more I was just letting him play with my trains, he took a marker, and he drew all over every single car he was playing with, permanently damaging them. And I'm still kind of salty about that to this day. Even though, like, it's just a wooden train. Who cares, you know? But, like, man... It's a very friend-shaped scale. Exactly. I think it uses HO track. It uses the same track width, but if you want to be prototypical, you do have to use a separate, like, track type. Like, if you guys give me 5 minutes, I can show you ON30 track versus HO track, because we've got some of both. I would just have to go down to the basement for a moment. But it is kind of useful that it can run on HO scale track, because my father has a massive HO scale layout, and that's what we have been using to test the ON30 equipment we have. So some people's kids, you buy them books and they eat the paper. Exactly. Turns out the video is about how they make whistles in Century of Steam with this new tech called Hyacinth? Hya? What, is Link from Legend of Zelda endorsing this project somehow? That simulates whistles with some funny tech stuff I don't know about. What if you just use HO track with ties snipped every so often? Well, that would be a way to do it, but we could also just, you know, get regular track. I think the ties are slightly bigger in ON30 too. That's another point to make. But I'm not entirely sure. I know, no idea. I'm not an HO scale modeler. If you eat books, you get smarter. Exactly. The ink courses through your brain and helps you see better. And think better. It's writing the words into your mind. That 262T you were looking up when you started the project is still up. Yeah, I know. It has not really been bought out yet, because $400 for something like that, and it's not even DC. Like, I know it's from a defunct company, and it's really cool, and it's a great kit, and it's a great addition to any railroad, but, like, $400 for a single locomotive that doesn't even have DCC in it. is kinda oof. Where the feck is my mouse? There it is. Okay, okay. I keep tabbing out, kind of half expecting to see if, like, just to refresh the page on the tracking for my new phone. Because I cannot wait to share with you guys some massive photos and some 4K videos, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be so much fun. Just got back into model trains, and HO was the scale I had back when I was a kid. HO, I think, is one of the best scales, like, out there ever to get, personally. Which is funny, because I don't even model an HO, but it's a really good scale. 10 out of 10 would recommend. $400 for a non-DCC loco is a bit much. Definitely not me that was genuinely looking at a 3K factory prototype model with no motor. Oh, don't worry, TK. I've been looking at there's a 2x4 foot NN3 model railroad on eBay. That's like $3,500, and I've kind of been wanting to do it. To be perfectly honest, I'd rather just make my own 0-30 locos from HO chassis like a PCC streetcar I have. It might be cheaper considering Bachmann's prices. Well, see, the thing is, it depends on the locomotive you're getting, because there's a lot of Bachmann locomotives that you can only get on the second-hand market. It could be cheaper, but if you're looking for the 260, you can pick it up at Train World for around $100 to $110, which, I mean, I don't think that's too unreasonable. It's definitely a little pricey for anything, but for a new locomotive, that's not so bad. You can pick up a DCC locomotive for around $170 from there. And if you're willing to go into the secondary market, you can usually pick up another mogul on the secondary market for somewhere between like $80 to $120, sometimes less, depending on what you get. Now, for freight cars, that's a different story. The freight cars in this scale are a little bit pricey, and I'd recommend just 3D printing them, designing them yourself. Okay, come on now, you can pop, right? HO is good just because there's so much of it, makes things more accessible and cheaper. Well, it's also a nice balance between O gauge and N scale, because O gauge is great because you can fit in so much detail, and you can really get personal with your models, but it kind of sucks because it's so large and you have to have a huge room to make things work. While N scale is great because you don't need much space to make things work, but it's really hard to get a truly detailed scene and model done. And HO is a compromise between the two, whereas small enough that you can fit a lot into a little space. Why is this tree not cutting down? I just heard the noise, but it sort of meets in the middle. You get bigger trains that you can have more personal detail with, while not being so big that you can't, it's too big, you know? And so I think that's helped to boost it and make it extremely popular, so. The other reason I'm printing all my cars is because I live very far north in Canada, so shipping is a kill. Oof, yeah, I can imagine. Yikes. That's probably the smart move. But, like, for the ON30 project layout, we picked up 2 Bachmann moguls. Slightly dinged up, but in decent condition. Fully operational for $135. Shipping included. You can totally get some good locomotives for that kind of... if you're willing to spend that kind of money, you know? And I think I recently saw, actually, a locomotive that I'm kind of tempted to buy. They have on eBay, I mean, I might not have the money for most of this stuff, but they have on eBay a gas mechanical, just a little tiny 040 diesel-ish switcher, and it's like only $100. It's not that bad. I like it. And I think it could be cute to have something a little more than three steam locomotives on the line, you know? But then again, I've already got 2 major locomotive projects I'm going to have to work on later. Because I've got that 040 I'm planning to make, and I've got the 440 that I need to repair, so maybe I shouldn't spend that much money on it. On that sort of stuff. Oh. Okay, we might not end the stream early today, but I need to be right back. It's here, boys. It's arrived. Hi, Durian. How's it going? Hi, Kitty. It's here. We got the phone. Excuse me. Don't care. Stir unboxing stream ASMR. Samsung Galaxy S21 128 gigabytes. It's got itself a little charging cable, USB-C, nothing special. This is open box. Now, this thing doesn't have any power in it, but it's here. Hi, Kitty. Don't mind the fact that you guys are gonna hear a bunch of USB noises in a second. I'm just plugging in and charging this thing real quick. Because they say that you need to charge it for... I think they say that... Hold on. Yeah, it definitely needs charging. Well, just let it charge for a little bit. And for now, we'll get back to the train game. My power is back. Congrats! No longer stuck in a powerless purgatory. I think your phone arriving made me come back. The power of the cell phone. The power of the hype for the ON30 model railroad project. And there's S, the weird scale that isn't quite as good or bad as HO or O. Nice size for ease of maintenance, but still requires a huge amount of space to do properly. Well, the problem with S is it's like so niche at this point. Not many people do it. Like, ON30, I feel like, has more people who model in it than people who model in S. I could be wrong, but... that sort of, like, obscurity doesn't help it much. Hello, Wes. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. And thank you. We got the new phone charging as we speak. It's going to be great. If you guys want a comparison, hold on. Allow me to show you the physical damage on my old phone. There's this little button here. The volume button, the top half of the volume button is broken completely. It doesn't work. Like, I looked at the internals, the button is just gone. And with a little bit of finagling, whatever, I don't need to worry about it, but that little volume double button thing just like sliding out like it's nothing. It did used to be huge back in the 50s when American Flyer made them. Well, yeah, but that's back when, like... That's a pretty long time ago, you know? It's like 70 years now? 60? And most of those, weren't they just tin plate trains? They weren't, like, actual serious models or anything? Alright, now let's do a quick run up and down the line just to double check that we haven't missed any trees. How are people so hard on their phones? I still got my first one and it's fine, then the other battery is dead. So, with my phones, every phone I've ever bought has been $10, except for two. The phone that you just saw that's a little bit broken, that one was $30. And the phone that I just got was $275. Which is a little bit of a jump for me. For me, though, phone number 1 didn't break. It's actually still in perfectly good working order. And we sometimes use it for... we're planning to use it as a remote for JMRI model railroad operations. Then we have phone number 2. I got very salty one day. I had some really, really bad anger issues for a couple of years. I still kind of have them, but like they're not nearly as horrible as they used to be. And I threw it down my hallway so hard that it hit the bathtub. And the funny thing is, it actually, I think it survived literally everything else. But, like, this was across an 800 square foot apartment. From one end of the apartment to the other. I threw it so hard that as soon as it hit the other end, it completely shattered. Phone number 3, I accidentally dropped. And it hit concrete. And phone number 4, I jokingly tossed over my shoulder into a brick wall. Yeah, that wasn't exactly the smartest move. I didn't realize the brick wall was behind me. I thought it was just going to sort of land on some carpet, because I was sitting on carpet, but no, there just happened to be a brick wall there. And then this phone has just been slowly deteriorating. I think it's fallen on the floor a couple of times in the middle of the night, but that's about it. Signing of the Declaration of Independence. We gotta remind people that we gotta show people what's on the $2 bill. Constantly. Hello, JHR. Welcome back. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. The American Flyer S-Line was 100% serious models. New York Central Hudson, Pennsy K5, UPFEF, Reading 442, and a generic USRA 462. Those do sound pretty serious, but when I think American Flyer, I think of like a giant blue locomotive. Well, teal locomotive, you know? Admittedly, I don't know much about American Flyer, but I usually just think of those collectible sets that they used to make. Or, not really collectible, but now they are collectible. Comedically timed brick wall, exactly. Also, kind of annoying brick wall because we had to buy a new phone. That was another $10 down the drain. I love the fact that all the phones I've had up to till now were all like $10 phones. It's glorious. Okay, the phone's already at 42% charge. Hold on. Let's turn this pupper on. This sucker. ASMR cutting down trees while I also try and turn on my my phone. Did a reasonably accurate model of a B&O streamliner. Maybe that's what you're thinking of? I don't think the B&O streamliners were teal, though. Okay, choosing a Wi-Fi network. Hold on. Enter network name? What? Hold on. No. What? Okay, unplug this phone real quick. Okay, Wi-Fi box, give me the details. Alright, perfect. We're connected, baby. We did the funny thing. Durian looks a little interested in what's going on. I might have to turn the time today. Either that or I can focus on this for 15 minutes. Just like pay attention to the phone, you know? ASMR, phone confuses the stir. Exactly. That is my life in a nutshell. John Raritan cuts down trees while looking at a newfangled device called a telephone. Nah, it's a cell phone, bro. It's a smartphone. It's not a telephone. He knows what a well, actually, does he know what a telephone is? This is an important question. Historically, would he know what a telephone is? Just had to look through the 11,000 messages in chat with my soon-to-be uni course mates. Now I'm curious what psychology's looking like, to BH. But glad I gave him a first introduction opportunity. Good night, people. Hopefully I don't gotta drive tomorrow. Good night, Kay. Well, sleep well, man. Sleep well. It's likely that he does. Historically, I think he would. I mean, with the advent of the locomotives having dynamos, I would think in the very least the telephone would exist by then. You know, true, true. Also, hold on. Hold on. What do you mean this password is wrong? It's because I have too many caps? Sorry for my distraction here, but I really do want to get this phone going, up and running, you know? Yes, yes, I've got my phone somewhere. Yes, it's me. It's me. Hello. Alright, getting account info. We're getting there, boys. Slowly but surely. We're getting there. We are definitely gonna need to come back through this space, soon, TM. I'm sorry that I keep getting distracted by my phone, but phone shiny and phone cool. There's a whole food fight going on in the left corner of chat. I am mildly aware, I'm just not responding because I'm too focused on my phone. We got all the cheese in the world. All the cheese for throwing at people, for saying really dumb puns that make me laugh but make other people laugh begrudgingly. The Holy Grail Road is an amazing pun. Whatever. All right. I know it didn't just happen, but man, I really wished that like that noise had had activated the PNG tuber. Hold on. Is there some way to make that noise happen again a little closer? Beautiful. Hello. Google Play Store is being updated. Try again later. Okay, well, fuck you too, Google Play Store, I guess. Hello, Radium. Welcome to the stream. All's doing well. I'm currently getting distracted by a cell phone, though. I got my new birthday gift, finally. When will you get another pet? Personally, I'd like to see a hamster. See, I'd get a hamster, but the last time I had one, it died in 3 days. So I don't think... I know I was like 4 years old at the time, but I don't exactly think I'm the best hamster parent. Just saying. Okay, hold on. Settings. Lock screen? Whatever, we'll worry about that later. We'll figure out how to make it so that the phone doesn't instantly lock itself when I'm not doing something on it. Oh! You know what I can do, though? I can quickly take a photo. What should I take a photo of? Should I go take a photo of Durian? Photograph Elgato, exactly. Okay, give me a second. I'll be back. ever so responsible, abandoning my stream just to take a photo of a cat. Worth it. Okay. Pantograph the Gato. Yeah, let's go ahead and get some electrical wires up for Durian to attach her tail to. Okay, let's see. App. Gotta go. I'm gonna go hang out with my lady. Have fun, Johnny. Have fun. Enjoy. New stream map? Yes, well, not new stream map. This is just a hardcore save. So I guess it's not really new, but it's kind of new, but it's also just for me. So. Currently working on getting our way up to the iron mine. Slowly but surely. Okay. Now while we're here, let's go ahead and replace this bridge. Let's go with oxidized. No, not oxidized copper. I want red. Steel red. Bonk. Perfect. Nothing like using a steam locomotive to shunt things in Oil Well North and Derail Valley. No, surely nothing bad can ever happen here. Wait, how do I... Oh, I see. Okay. Add to home. Sorry for the constant pauses, but I am trying to get it so that I can send the photo over Discord real quick. It's a little hard to read chat and play a game on the computer and try and do stuff on your phone. I can do 2 of 3 of those things. The hard part is the 2 separate devices, really. But... Hey, can I... Personally, I'd like to have a stream map that the super cool, awesome, very cool supporter kids club can hop on, but we only have itty-bitty cars and engines. That's not gonna be a stream save. I'm not really interested in that. Like, you guys can make that, but I'm not gonna play that on streams. If you want to play with other people and want to organize to play on your own time and do something like that, though, go right ahead. But... not my cup of tea. Okay, hold on. Alright, boys, if you check the Discord announcements chat. Cat. God, I need to get back to the Discord server. Haven't interacted there in a while. What did I miss? Not too much. I don't know how long you've been gone for, but it's been pretty active recently. We've been getting a lot of nice conversations going. A couple of not so good ones, but just a nice place to hang out, chat, and chill. Some people have been hosting their own Railroads Online sessions recently, which is really nice, but... And now, there is a cat picture. Gosh, that thing looks good. I like this phone camera. Hold on. How detailed is this? It doesn't look quite as detailed. I think it got compressed, but not a bad camera. Not a bad camera. Remember when painting that wet paint is a thing? I mean, isn't that kind of like the whole thing about painting? That the paint happens to be wet and you don't want to touch it? So, we are going to get started soon on painting. Because I think... Really, the only limiting factors for finishing the first episode of our YouTube series are how long it will take for us to get the passengers to fill the car, and how long it'll take for us to get the decals. Everything else we can speed run through. Like, we'll be able to... I might even be able to start recording things tonight for the series. So... I think I've been gone from your server, just lurking to IRL stuff since March, I believe. Yeah, you've missed a lot then. So obviously there's the 0-30 project layout. We started that in July. We had the big Streamathon event too, where I played a bunch of different games, and we have more than just Railroads Online to stream now. We also have Unrailed, Derail Valley, and Void Train. Started a little Minecraft server for supporters. Speaking of which, Jack, it seems that, what is it? Ko-Fi's being dumb again, and isn't registering payments for you, and for Clyde for some reason. It's still going on. I don't know why. I might contact support, because this is the second time that's happened. Oh, we're actually getting pretty far down this route, aren't we? Jeez. Hopefully we'll be at the iron mine soon enough. We came here to run a train to the iron mine. We're gonna do that by the end of stream. We're already 2 hours into this and we haven't run a single train yet. No, this time I was broke when they tried to charge my car. See, Dag, this is what happens when you buy like 70 locomotives that you don't really need. Like, grandparents just showed up, so I gotta go now. Alright, TK, have a good one, have a good one. Okay, we'll make this one a fireproof red bridge, because why not? Might as well have a little bit of color and variety in our lives. Donk. Excuse me, it was only 2 more that cost about 70. What, $70 million? That's like you've spent more money than I've ever spent on any model train project. Or maybe even most of my model train projects combined, if not all of them. On 2 locomotives that you're going to be spending like a year paying off. Then again, I say that, and I'm kind of considering buying that little thing that TK mentioned earlier, the big pile that Goodwill's got in auction. Because that seemed like a really good deal. He didn't post a link, but I really want to check that out after stream. Because, hey, a Forney would be really nice to have. Just another little variety of locomotive for the Owen30 layout, but... The worst I spent was about 400 worth at the Tallyglin, and I do not regret that. The most I've ever spent on a single object was $280 on a Paragon 3 Mikado in N scale. It was a nice locomotive, worth the money, I'd say. Haven't really run it in as much as I'd like, but it's a very pretty engine, and I'm happy to have it on my fleet. Alright, so bridge... I think that's the last big bridge on the route, and then we just have to make our way up there. You spend like $400 on the 4070. See, I'm talking about not computer parts, I'm talking about trains. But yes, I did spend $590 on the 4070. That is true, that is true. And that's definitely the most expensive purchase I've ever made. Excluding laptops, because laptops, I guess you could say I bought them, but really I just spent other people's money to buy them, so I don't really count them, but... With the HO stuff, I think I am like maybe 400 Canadian dollars in. That's not so bad. I'm definitely in deeper than that. TR's expenses were worth the trip considering they sold Dolgok resin body prints for 009. Ooh, that's nice. Not really much of an 009 scale person, but I am a fan of it. It's sort of like HON3, right? Like, not exactly HON3, but OO is similar to HO, and 009 is similar to narrow gauge HO, so... Personally, I think the 2070 had a couple more streams in it. See, first of all, 2060. Second of all, it probably did. The problem was more the speed that my computer was running at, not the 4070 itself. I'm happy to have the 4070. I think it's really cool, but I probably could have saved my money elsewhere, to be frank. But, oh well. Sometimes you make poor financial decisions. Bites you in the butt, but it's not the end of the world. I didn't die because I made this, you know. Most I spent on a train was about 200 on one of those Athearn Genesis SD80 Max. Has DCC and sound, though, probably worth it. Yeah, for $200, what was that in? Like, N-scale? HO? Because $200 for DCC and sound on an engine that big is a really good bargain, dude. Tangentially related at the mention of Derail Valley, I think DV multiplayer could be cool if they add signals and probably some sort of placeable display for traffic signals, etc. It could be cool, but like, I don't know how easy it would be to implement. But then again, I'm no coder, so whatever. I find it funny that chat has now just become, hey, who's spent the most money on what stuff, because that's kind of cool and we can flex. And there's some people who are trying to play it by golf rules, which I think is the more sane way. And then there's Dak. Okay. So in order to make this work, I think these are the trees I need to cut. I hope that's it. Yeah, it looks pretty good, and it looks like we got all the trees. IDK how would be implemented either, but it's on the roadmap to do it. Ooh, I didn't know it was on the roadmap. That's cool. God, you know that people are gonna say, hey, Stir, play Derail Valley multiplayer on stream, though. The BNSF SD40-3 I got recently-ish was $200, and it's the most I personally spent on a loco. I mean, if we go by guns, I might have y'all beat. Just sitting here being quiet, lol. Mind you, I have no source of income other than twice a year when holidays roll around, so I win. See, that's exactly why you're losing. Unless you're playing by the golf rules, I guess, but then again, I guess only really, Dak is playing by the not golf rules. Again. Oh, why the heck did that tree cut down? I was trying to target one over here. Whatever. Bridge. I have no clue where this bridge is supposed to go. There. It go there. Alright, boys, we're almost at the iron mine. Now, I don't think we're going to do iron runs today, but we could pick up some iron ore just, like, preemptively. What do you guys think? Should we do that? And bring it over to the smelter just as, like, a sort of, not to the smelter, we don't have the smelter connected, but bring it over to, like, the sawmill or something just to get started. just to get ready for the next episode. Do understand your concern about griefers and DV multiplayer, but I think those who pay for it would at least have a little constraint. Well, it's more so just like, we've already got Railroads Online, and I feel like that's good enough. Do we really need another game to add to the pile? And communication in Railroads Online can already be difficult enough. It's not so much that people would want to grief, though we have had a griefing issue on the Minecraft server recently. And problem is, I feel like I know who did it, but I don't have any concrete evidence. I only have little bits and pieces that are way too many tiny coincidences, and that's not enough to prove beyond a reasonable doubt. So, I don't think the griefing would happen on a Derail Valley multiplayer session, but I still feel like it would be a little bit of a headache. Am I on the suspect list? Very spooked. Nah, Speed, you weren't around. I don't think you physically could have done it. Basically, there's only 2 people left on the suspect list, and I don't really want to say who those 2 people are now, but we've been slowly narrowing it down. Though then again, I guess it could have been a multi-person project for some reason, but I don't know, it's all so confusing. Can this tree please cut down? Or is it already... Why did that tree cut down and this one didn't, even though I was looking at this one rather than that? I would think the signals and a display that shows nearby cars and locos and stuff would help with communications a lot, especially if signals were automatic. Potentially, but because there's no places for trains to meet outside of industries, that's also going to be a huge bottleneck. As much as a bit of trolling in Minecraft is fun, a fake scare with a parrot and a creeper is enough. Exactly. Like, I think a little bit of explosiveness is okay, as long as you're not destroying anything of major value, you know? Like, you're not destroying somebody's base, you're not destroying the biggest part of their build, you're destroying small pieces of it. That might be a hassle to, like, pick up later, but you're not, like, blowing up somebody's house from the ground up and leveling it, you know? Because I think there's like a difference between friendly trolling and actively griefing somebody. Okay, you know what? Let's go with old. Let's make this bridge bones ache, because that's funny. So would getting on and flipping your face upside down be too much? I would say yes. Getting on and replacing some of the colors in my base here and there, that's fine. But, like, leveling the entire base or completely altering it in a massive way, I don't think we're really built for that scope and scale of trolling. And for fixing that scope and scale of a troll, you know? The only problem is, like, everybody's kinda just stopped playing at this point. Well, not completely, but a lot of people have gone their separate ways and completely disconnected from each other because of this trolling. So I'm really trying my best to figure out who it is and find some actual concrete proof to prove that it's somebody. But we just don't have that, which sucks. That is true. The rail system is definitely not set up for lots of traffic, but I would hope they would add some passing sightings at some places. Exactly. Like, that's my biggest problem with multiplayer right now. Because there is the multiplayer mod, and I hear it's buggy, but I'm willing to look past that. Like, playing a buggy game ain't a problem if it's fun. But, like, there's no places to meet on the main line, and some of those routes are stupid long. And you'd have to really be careful with managing your routes and making sure you give people appropriate grades so that they don't go up something that they can't haul over. Okay, we'll break this tree. Well, I think we're almost ready to run the train. I mean, we need to buy the train, because we need steak flats and we need hoppers, but we're getting there, boys. 2 hours and 15 minutes into the stream, and we're finally running our first train of the session, and potentially our last, because I do need the phone. Speaking of which, plug into my phone real quick. Yep. There is that noise. Don't mind that, that's just me. Alright, so... Speed just for that? No, I'm not getting itty bitty cars. I'm gonna get regular full-sized hoppers, even though they're more expensive. Oh god, not more Century of Steam. Did you watch the reveal trailer for Centuries of Steam, and what are your thoughts on it? Was there something new they released today? Was it the whistle trailers? Or... Because... if it was the thing that they released a while back, I'm really not hyped for it. Like, everybody just seems to be extremely excited when they haven't actually shown how any of it fits into the gameplay. It's just like, hey, here's some cool ideas we have. Yeah, but, like, how do those ideas actually work? How does any of this work? How do we know any of this is functional yet, you know? I feel like a lot of people have been overhyped for it, and a little, sorry, noise distracted me there. A little overhyped and not skeptical enough of it. Because it's good to have hype, but it's also good to be skeptical. But I also feel like some of the hate that I've seen, because I've seen some people really despise the game, I feel like that's a bit unwarranted, too. I feel like it's interesting. I will love to see how it turns out later, but... if there was a new thing today, haven't seen it. And, yeah. Also, somebody just subscribed. Hold on, where is my Ko-Fi? Dak just resubscribed. I see, okay. I love the idea of the plantation cars, but they suck balls to load. Well, they've gotten better recently. Now, the one problem with the plantation cars is these bastards and these ones, like, they only hold 2 items? Are you serious? Like, I'd love to do a playthrough with these cars, but I cannot bear... Well, maybe no, I really cannot bear to run this garbage, you know? But the high-side gondolas are amazing. The box cars are amazing. The steak flats and the logging flats aren't too unreasonable. Is this Roblox? No, I don't play Roblox. The thing about grades isn't usually too big of a concern for me, but that's because if I'm tackling huge climbs, I usually go around and grab at least 4 DE6 for an MU. You know, that's entirely fair. Time to run 14 porters with 50 itty-bitty baby cars for the Iron Run. Heck yeah, exactly. Alright. So, we do need more cars. I think for this, I will buy... Problem is, like, these stake flats are just so much worse compared to these ones. You know, we'll go for them. We'll go for the itty-bitty cars just for the kicks. 1... 2... 3... I just realized I cheated in money on accident. Oops. I hate how easy it is to do that. So I guess we'll buy an extra car just to have done it. And then we'll delete that. And we'll go ahead and... just to make life worse, I'll buy medium gondolas. There we go. Watching the trailer right now, the game looks very laggy, and guessing if Heist is playing, I'll try and figure out what PC he has, then go off the specs required and recommended. Yeah, that's a little concerning if Heist's computer is lagging on it. Speaking of 14 porters, there's nothing more fun than linking together stupid numbers of small logos and running them as a multiple unit. Yeah, let's go ahead. Hold on, phone's getting unplugged, by the way. Let's go ahead and get ourselves, like 17 DE6s. Or not DE6s, DE2s, my bad. DE2s, 70 of those. Heist is playing and recording or streaming at the same time. That's a lot more load than just the game. Yeah, but like, I'm playing, I'm recording, I'm streaming. Well, I guess I haven't turned on my replay buffer. Now I have. And I guess it is true that, like, that's not what the standard user is going to be doing. They're just going to be playing the game, but... It's pretty sweet that Wings and Strings is on the game with their art, but I think it's being too hyped up for what it is. I mean, I do understand the hype, even if I do think it's a little more hyped than it should be. Also, let me turn off my cheats while I'm running the trains. That would probably be a smart idea. Alright. Built a badass computer to stream and play simultaneously, not the typical use case. I mean, the fact is, even before I built this badass computer, I already had like a half-decent gaming computer and was able to do it reasonably well, but... still a little concerning, if you ask me. do I make it so it stops locking me out so fast? Phone is being kind of stupid. Do you think the Eureka will ever be updated? I sure hope it will be. I mean, I figure it should be. But I would hope the Eureka gets a speed boost, because as it is, like, the Glenbrook just outclasses it in every way. It's kind of dumb. And we know that they have a 27-mile-an-hour variant in the file somewhere. Like, maybe they just want to update the game first? I don't know. Alright, looks like we are heading into spawn. I'm back in and out smoking ooh, salmon? Nice, nice. Gotta play that Splatoon 2 salmon run real quick. Welcome back, Bear, and also welcome, Mid-Coast Main Rail fan. We are currently running to spawn real quick, just doing a quick grab of a couple of cuts of cars. There's 2 cuts of cars we have here today. And I have to delete 1 car because we accidentally didn't spend the money for it. Also, wait a minute. I meant to buy a medium side, not a... You know what? It's all part of the experience. We're gonna... You know what? Let's buy a high side, too. Let's just have one of each of these little guys. It's a great idea. Which bear, Jangles or the engineer? Dak, I think you really need to, like, get your eyes checked at this rate. No offense, but, like, I feel like it shouldn't be this hard to figure out which bear it is just by looking at chat. I mean, I do know that engineer has the, doesn't have the same name here on YouTube, but Jangles has Jangles, and that's kind of a little bit obvious, you know? Modernized looked for it would be sweet, not to mention a rework of its options in the model. I mean, didn't they preview that a while ago? Like, they had a... With the Uinta, they had a 440 Shadow preview that wasn't quite ready to go in the game, but was built? Okay, bonk bonk. Have you ever had Ivor's Seafood? If you're ever in Seattle, I highly recommend it. I miss it down here in Tejas. Maybe? I don't know. I know we had seafood on our... Like, we went to a fish and chips shop in Seattle while we were going to... My family, we were going to Canada. And we stopped in Seattle to board the boat, and we got some seafood there, and it was really nice. Don't really remember it very well, though, because that was like 8 years ago now. So... Alright. I forgot to take off the handbrakes. I'm an idiot. But that's why you came here. It's because I'm so dumb that I don't know what I'm doing, clearly, right? Did this car just re-rail itself? Looks like it did. Okay, well, I guess that works. That's fair, I can hardly remember 5 years ago. Exactly. Don't need the lantern. Link. That's a bad sign. Ah, crikey. Hold on. Push through your own brakes real quick, then stop. Link. 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 Alright, boys. You know what time it is. It's time to head to that iron mine. Well, actually, it's time to head to the sawmill first, but... Still, we're heading in the general direction of the iron mine. Alright. So, I don't actually think we have the other side of the sawmill linked up yet. I kind of forgot to do that, but we'll fix that later. Well, we'll fix that when we get there. It'll be okay. Have you seen the new video from Studio 346? God, everybody's talking about it, but I just haven't. So it especially doesn't help my mood that somebody started yelling about the game earlier today in our Discord server, and I might have to tell them, hey, can we just stop talking about COS on this server so we don't have these arguments anymore, because Jesus. If you like whistles, watch it. If you're not a fan, your choice. I'm not a fan of whistles, personally. Like, they don't really tickle my fancy, but... we need a jar, so every time someone mentions Century of Steam, you have the jar for it. You know, we really do, because we'd have, like, 15 mentions by now, just on these streams, like, where somebody comes in and asks. It's kind of... well, not, like, all at once, obviously, but it's just kind of funny. Alright. Now that we're here... and watch it with us together. See, I'm not really interested in watching it today. Because right now, I got a cell phone on stream. And I'm kind of trying to get this final job done relatively quickly. Like, not instantly, but fast enough so that I can start working with my cell phone. Because we're going to get that Owen30 project going. We're going to get started. We're going to have trains running, and it's going to be cool. Well, not really trains running, but we're going to start painting trains, and it's going to be cool. It's going to be really awesome, but I can't really do that until the stream's over, and so I kind of want to... I don't want to end the stream prematurely, but I do want to keep moving forwards with this episode of the hardcore save, just so that we get ever closer to completing today's job and moving on. Honestly, I feel like people would be less excited for COS if we weren't so content starved for Steam Loco stuff. I mean, that is true, but we've already got Railroader. That's coming out later this year. Why aren't people hyped for that? I think, honestly, the main reason people are so hyped is because of Heist and his association with it. Alright, let's start bringing the Eureka slowly closer. Vaguely approach the destination. Painting Train sounds like a good name for a band. You're not wrong, you're not wrong. But yeah, we're gonna start by removing the decals off of one of TK's cars, and we'll slowly go from there. I haven't even seen anything for Railroader, but I'm relatively new in the train game scene. Train of Thought reignited my passion for trains. He streamed Railroads Online, and now I'm here. You know, fair. Train of Thought's a great channel. 10 out of 10 would recommend. I haven't watched his Railroads Online streams, but I love his regular content for sure. Just because we got a pretty engine and a fancy sound doesn't mean I'm still hyped. I need to know how the game is going to run first. I'm gonna wait to get Railroader just to know the cost and how much work actually goes into driving. I'm totally getting it. No matter what, because like worst case scenario is probably Derail Valley for diesels. Because you can just buy diesel locomotives rather than steam. There is an option to do that. Railroader is a game I'm hyped for. And it's going to be coming out later this year. When exactly? I don't know. But it's going to be doing it anyways. Alright, so now we need to load 1 car beams, 2 cars lumber. I think we'll have to pull that forward slightly. Sorry, brain just got spaced out there. Sorry. COS does look good, but I'm worried the firing sim will be too accurate and detract from the rest of the game. So the devs have commented on this, and I can't words. Somebody who is a paid sub for their patron to help support the game has commented on that, and it is that they will have an overly realistic Steam firing sim, but that's going to be an option. It's not going to be mandatory. The base game is going to be easier than that. It'll still be a little fancy, but it won't be like, hey, I'm going to perish in a boiler explosion in exactly 5 seconds, you know? It's going to be reasonable. Honestly, I wouldn't mind a super realistic Steam sim as long as there were options for simplification, because otherwise you'd need literally 2 people to cruise Steam Loco as a driver and fireman. Exactly. Like, in general, I think most people wouldn't actually want a super realistic Steam sim. It would only apply to a fairly small group and niche within this already niche community, so... For those of you who don't know the mechanics of Railroader, I assume, you start off with 1 engine and 1 car. Each industry automatically generates resources, but they are in tiers. In order to get the industries to produce more, you have to spend money to upgrade the industries. Wait. Sorry, was that Railroader? Because that doesn't sound Railroader. I don't think Railroader has tiers. It has contracts that you sign on to and production levels, but not Tears of the Kingdom, Legend of Zelda. It's just something where you sign on to a contract and it'll do more. Yeah, no, it's not tiers. It's if you want more cargo coming out of an industry, you just sign a better contract. It's pretty good. It's pretty simple. And cars will be provided from an interchange railroad. You cannot build track, unfortunately. But you can buy your equipment and make your railroad personalized, you know? It's gonna be great. I'm hyped for it. Super hyped. I would love a Steam sim that's super accurate. It'd be fun to learn, but I would probably lower the difficulty just a little eventually once the novelty wore off. See, the novelty's already kind of worn off on me. I don't think I'd want the Steam sim in general. I just play like a lower difficulty. I have to go for now, but it's been a lovely stream. Good luck on the Ironman. Alright, Pat, thanks for joining in. Hope you had fun, and have a good day. Alright, so now we just need to load this car right here. Once she's loaded, we're ready to do the run to the iron mine. Should I leave these flats behind, these regular flats, just to make the train a little more concise? I might do it. I'll consider it. Alright, that car's loaded. It's time to roll. Oh yeah, that's something I need to download. Right. Phone. Alright, I think I will separate the regular flats from the rest of our train, just to make things a little more interesting. Alright. Unpin. Handbrake. Handbrake. Perfect. Set the switch, go hop in the logo, throw it back. I think we'll just park the cars on this curve. Like, that shouldn't be too hard to reconnect to them. We'll hit 2 handbrakes, one on this side, one in the middle. And bunk. Link. Kind of shoddy linkage, but that doesn't matter. It's okay. Alright. It's go time. Let's see. Sorry that I'm so quiet, I'm just messing with my phone right now. Oh, I should be taking pictures. Hold on. Boop. Boop. There we go. Also, I would like to request that we stop talking about Heist in chat. It feels like everybody just has bundles of negativity to talk about that man. So, can we just can the COS conversation for today and just focus on fun, cool things? Rather than trying to talk about all the negativity in this world around us? Like, I want to enjoy myself. I don't want to talk about, ah yes, here's the 770th drama that we've had in the last week. Let's talk about the 0130 layout, guys. Let's talk about the fact that that's coming along nicely. The speed, I'm not addressing that one. Actually, in fact, speed, I'm deleting that one. We don't need to go from one rant to another. Exactly. Even as a joke, like, we really don't need to go from one to another. I don't want to talk about the Uintas. Rather talk about cool things that are going on. Cool, fun things, man. So, how's the 0130 layout progress? So, what we're going to be doing tonight is we're going to record 2 quick videos. One of them is just going to be Durian playing with the toy. And the other is going to be a train running around my father's HO layout, just to see what recording styles, like what frame rates and resolutions everybody likes. Because this thing can do 8K resolution at 24 FPS, apparently, which is kind of nuts. And so we're just gonna have a couple of videos to test the waters with using this camera and to see what people actually like. So, melting any more cars with a decal remover? Don't worry, we fixed that mostly. Oh, that is a funny little story, though. We're not using acetone anymore. We're okay. We're good. Stir would allow speed to use a class 48 on the main line before you went to... Dak, you overestimate my hatred for the Uinta and underestimate my hatred for 48s on the main. But can we please not talk about the Uinta? Like, I really don't want to get into negativity here. Like, for fuck's sake, I just said to stop talking about, like, bad things, and this is something I am classically known to rant about. And, like... Speed at least, like, stopped after I told him to, but you guys, can you just not, please? For the love of God? Thank you. What if they added collapsing bridges to railroads in line if you didn't maintain them? That would be fun. Also kinda hellish considering how many bridges we have on so many of our railroads, but could be a good way to incentivize people to not skybridge. Could be fun. I wouldn't mind. That would be so silly, though. Imagine running over a massive steel bridge and then all of a sudden your train just plummets 2,000 feet to the ground. I'd be down. I'd be game. All the stoneworks on random bridges and stirs layouts would just explode. Exactly, God. Imagine you forget about a bridge on a route and as you're driving it just collapses under you. And it's not even like a big bridge, it's just a tiny little bridge, but your train gets launched to space due to the physics being a little bit jank. Mwah, beautiful, I love that idea. Good day, Robert. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Been doing work with Kiss this loading. 84 tankers? Yeah, there's a reason I'm not running those things. Jesus, are you... Do you need help? Is everything okay? Are you mentally stable? Oh God. That is so many. Like, God, I could not imagine ever doing that. That just sounds like such a pain. Oh yeah, I need to take more pictures, hold on. There we go, pictures taken. We were on our way to unloading at the refinery, but the car stringlined. Yeah, like, those cars are just a headache. I'm never gonna use them unless they get buffed. Like, even if they were 3 units, they would be way better than 2 units that they can hold right now. Same with those cordwood cars, you know? Just, I think really need to be slightly better. They're just so abysmal. At least I have the company of a fellow Hungarian in the server, you know, fair. But, like, Jesus, 84? Like, they're so bad. Those cars just suck and I hate them. Pain. I wish the Caboose and Duro Valley let you hang EOT lanterns on the side. Sometimes I look back to check if I still have my entire train and I just can't see the EOT on the coupler. That would be nice. That would be cool. Great way to actually see what you're doing in the darkness, but Hey, part of the fun of the darkness is making things worse for yourself. Usually I've found, though, the engine derails before the rest of the train does. Never had a derailment where the last few cars jump the tracks. Alright, we're almost there, by the way, guys. We have almost climbed this entire hill just to make it to the iron mine. God, it's gonna take forever to get back home, isn't it? You know, I might... do I end... No, we don't end the episode till we make it back to the sawmill. There it is, boys. We've made it. It is the one, the only, the iron mine. I think we're gonna kind of accidentally overshoot things here, but that's okay, that's okay. We can run the engine around the train right now. Alright. Handbrake. Unpin. Loco. Run around. Currently driving in two S2, I assume like the number, S282s through a terrible thunderstorm. Can't see my train at all, and the cab is super dark, even with my lantern. You can adjust the lantern brightness, though, can't you? I mean, it is still super dark either way, but... Saw an ad for a air-up water bottle that flavors water by sense only. That sounds like a bad idea. I've actually seen that before, and I was thinking of trying it out just to see what it was like. Because it could be a good way to just, like, not have to drink so much sugar. Because I drink a lot of sugar with my with basically everything, because I drink apple juice and apple cider a lot. And so I was going to look into that as, like, an alternative, honestly. Because if it works... Like, it does, from what I've heard, it doesn't work amazingly, but it sounds like it does work. It sounds like it does stuff. I kind of forgot to actually pay attention to the train for a second here. Let me back this up real quick. It won't work that well. I've tried similar things before and it did almost nothing, and I have an incredibly sensitive sense of smell. It's still worth a try, you know, because everybody has different tolerances. You may say you've got an incredibly sensitive sense of smell, but You might just not be sensitive to that in particular, while others may. I don't know. Still worth a try. Still worth a gander. Gotta go. Alright, have a good one, Ben. Thanks for joining it. Cheers, man. That's fair. Maybe it doesn't help him losing my ability to taste for some reason. You're losing... that's pretty strange. And might be a contributing factor. Of course, it might not be. Who knows? But if you're losing your sense of smell, that's kind of concerning. Whether or not we're talking in regards to the specific subject. Alright. So we'll put the way car over... No, we won't move the way car, actually. We'll grab all the cars. We'll unload. Then we'll swap the way car around. I think that's probably the best move. Thing is, they say taste mostly comes from your sense of smell, so I would think it would still work for me. Yeah, exactly. That's what's so strange about it to me, is like... How are you losing your sense of smell? Or not your sense of smell, your sense of taste, but not your sense of smell. I mean, I guess they are two different functions for the body, but... Strange. Strange. I hate this switch bug. It's so prevalent, and why does it still exist? How do the devs not know about this thing? Like, I mean, I know I haven't reported it or anything, but surely I'm not the only one who's constantly encountering this stupid switch bug, right? Why does that keep happening? It's so annoying. Yeah, whatever. We're getting the job done. That's what matters. Who cares about things that annoy me? Alright, we got beams to unload, we got lumber, and then we have those little hoppers to load. Speaking of those little hoppers and ON30 stuff, I've actually found a couple of kits for... Well, I guess they're not hoppers. They're technically gondolas. But I found a couple of kits for low-side gondolas and high-side gondolas and these tiny little cars that are like 8 feet long or whatever. I found 2 websites that offer kits for them. Unfortunately, they don't offer anything else. You can't get stake flats. Boxcars make sense, but like not even stake flats. But you can get regular flats, and you can get tankers at one of the sites. So hey, maybe that's a micro layout idea for the future. Get myself a little porter, get some 6-inch radius curves, build on like a 2x3 foot layout. Alright, are we spotted? I'd say we are, yeah. One, 2, 3. I'm an idiot, but that's okay. This is fine, this is fine. How small would the Porter be at scale? I believe the Porter is 2 inches long, something like that. It's pretty tiny. Maybe 3 inches. Not that big. The Porters are designed, apparently, to run around 12-inch radius, but people have reported them going around 6, so... 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... Now we just need to fill up this last tiny car. Perfect. In what scale? ON 30 or N scale? Just... Dak, N scale is standard gauge. It's not narrow gauge. How would you have a Porter like the one in the game with these narrow gauge cars in a standard gauge scale? Hold on. 1, 2... Oh god, we've emptied both. No, we haven't emptied both. 2. There we go, there we go. Carefully. Very, very carefully. NN3. Dak, when did anybody mention NN3, though? Like, that's such an uncommon scale already. No, ON30. 100% ON30. Like, NN3 would just be crazy bullshit. You know? I would never really want to model that gauge. It would be too much. ON03? You sure you spelled that correctly there? Hello, Colorado. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. ON30 is coming along nicely. We got a cell phone here on the stream, and we're going to be using it to record the first episode probably tomorrow. And we're going to have a video tomorrow. We're going to have 2 videos, actually. And they're both going to be showcasing the new phone camera and how well it works. One of them's going to be a YouTube short of Durian playing with a toy. One of them is going to be a video of my father's model railroad with a train running in a circle that we're just going to record it at a fixed position, and then we're going to record it in like we're going to record it in as many different styles as we can, as many resolutions, as many frame rates. And then we're going to post that and see what you guys think of it, and what you like and what you don't, and what looks good, what looks bad, etc., you know? So it's coming along, it's coming along. The first episode only has 2 elements missing. So we have the passenger car we want to repaint. We have we have the paints for it. We have the method for removing decals. We have the camera. We have the tools. We have the lighting and the studio to make it work. The 2 things that are on order, well, one of them's on order. One of them I keep putting it off because I'm an idiot. The passengers inside the train, we have those on order at my father's shop. They should be arriving next week sometime. And we just need to finish and finalize the decals that we're going to add to the train to make it more personalized and to add to all the trains on our railroad. And make it stand out a little more, you know? We gotta print out the railroad name, the car number, the car name, etc. But those are the only 2 things we're missing that's preventing us from building making the first episode and finalizing it and getting it going, you know? So we're really close. Alright. Speaking of really close, let's run this back to the sawmill. Actually, while I'm at it though, let's also set it to daytime again, because I really don't want to have to deal with darkness. I want to take screenshots. I don't want to have to deal with the night. Then N scale? What are you talking about, Dak, huh? Then N scale layout? Oh, right, I forgot about the the N scale layout I mentioned. The N scale layout we're probably not going to work on because we're already so focused on the ON31. Don't want to spread out our resources over 2 projects when we could focus on the one, at least for now, because we really want to get our jive going and make sure we know what's going on. We're going 21 miles an hour. This engine, she's getting her time in the spotlight. She's actually getting to do something. Nothing like going regular wide open in Deero Valley and just hearing the creaking of metal as the S282 flies around the curves. Such a good experience. So fun. Just remember to derail the train so that you can have the valley and live up to the game's name. Mira and I derail into the valley. That sounds like one of those really ironic memes where this is somebody saying, "Oh no, I have derailed into the valley." I love it. Somebody needs to make that a meme. Me when I derail valley. Oh no, I have derailed into the valley. Did we bonk something, or were we going too fast? I wasn't paying attention. You know, that's a great place to end the stream, though. Did we bonk into the side of the hill here? Or was it... It was probably just over speeding, because I wasn't paying attention. There it goes. Off into the distance. We've derailed into the valley, boys. We did the thing. It's what you guys came here for. I think that's a great place to stop for the day. I can just load an autosave. Yeah, because we had autosaves for 30 minutes, so we can just load... That's a funny little name right there. can just go ahead and load, Wait, where is the autosave, actually? Oh, there it is. Autosave, so yeah, I can just load this one. Perfect. I'll just do that later. We'll take a screenshot before we end the stream, though. Gotta go out with a bang, boys. Alright, well, that is all for today. Thank you all for joining. Hopefully I'll see you all, or some of you on Sunday, and expect a video tomorrow. I would love to have feedback on how this camera looks and how it works. And, have a nice day, everybody. Cheers, folks.